Welcome back to Fry Carpentry. Today we're going to be going over how to rough in a laminate countertop. So this is the countertop slab we're going to be using as particle board. Countertops are 25.5 standard. Your cabinets are 24 inches deep. So you get like a 30 by whatever length you need for the project you're doing. Comes up to 12 feet long is the longest you can get, and I think 8's the shortest. So you get 8's, 10's, and 12's in length. So what I'm going to be going over today is how I build up the top. So we're going to get started on that here shortly. I'm going to go get the template out of the van and bring it in, and we'll show that to you. And then I'll show you how I'm going to lay this out. Now I have to rip down some build-up pieces that are 2 inches wide by 12 foot long, and then I'll use them for build-ups. So it'll make the countertop 1.5 inches thick when you double up the thickness of the 3/4 of the laminate build-up project. So here's the template, one of them. This is one end, and the other one's over here. So this is the other side of it right here. It goes all the way down to there. Yep, and what I did is I take and rip some strips of underlayment. 1/8 inch Luan is all it is. Let's go over here. Okay, so this is the template again, but I just use a hot glue gun to put it together. And you can see the joints where I use the hot glue. It stays together really well. It takes a lot to break it down when you're done using the template. So getting used to this gimbal, so it's gonna be a little rough for the start here. It's going pretty good though. Okay, so that's the template. Next thing I'll do is I'll show you how I'm going to transfer it to the build-up material, the particle board countertop slab, and we will go from there. You can see I have the template laying here on the particle board. I'm transferring the template to it. I traced around it, and you can see there's a void here. So what I'm going to do is the piece that I cut off over here, it's going to get glued and pocket screwed on this side with a cleat up underneath to finish this point off. It's just the best way for it to work out, so it's all kind of one big piece. And then down here, the other leg that goes that way, well, actually, this is where I changed it. It's going to come through all the way to the wall. So it'll be wall to wall, and it'll be supported like a U shape, and then it'll help support this one better instead of doing it the other way. The other way I had this one shorter, so I'm going to make it longer. So that's what I'm doing with that. So if you look, I'll lift this up, and then I'll show you the lines here. You can see the lines. Trace them all the way around here. Now cut it. The back ones I can cut off to the line. The front one I'll leave a little heavy. The front one I'll leave a little heavy so I can trim it off with my router. Okay, so here's the lines I was telling you about. That's the template I made up. So what I'll do is I'll cut these back. This is a wall. This is a wall. Same over there and over there and at that end. So this front part is where they'll be sitting at, and this part you'll kind of walk by it. It's open. So we'll end up doing a radius here, a small radius, and just bring the edge band right around there. It won't be a seam there. Raise it around, bring it back to the wall here. So this part will be cut quarter inch longer than the line. The ones that are at the wall are cut right on the line because it gets a backsplash. And then after I put my build up on the front, we can take a router with a trim bit with a bearing guide on it, and we can just trim it right down where we want it to be. And then, like I was talking about down here, I made the one leg going over that way short when I templated it, but I got to thinking about it. I don't want the support to be here in the middle, not supported by anything really. So what I'm going to do, that's at a wall over there. This is a wall. And then over here, this is a wall. And this is a wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it through right here instead of stopping it there. Bring it through to here, right there. So then that whole piece will be wall to wall. So it'll be supported on a cleat on this end, that end, and along the back. And then this one will be supported by that because I have a cleat underneath this that hangs over underneath. And then that'll sit on it and it'll get screwed from underneath. So that'll make it stronger. And there are some filing cabinets that go underneath here somewhere. Yeah, right there. Those are getting refaced. So those get relaminated to match the laminate we're doing the tops in. Okay, so that's where we're at with the countertop so far. So it'll be hidden underneath the laminate. So it's a good thing. All right, so let's take a pencil here and kind of mark where we want them. One there, here. Just go right down the line here. So then we'll alternate them. So we'll just say one here. Put an X by it. X there, X there, X here, there, there. So if you look here, just put it right in. Let's swing this around here. We're going to line wrap here. Go right in and just run it in. There you go. That's how you do it. Welcome back to Fry Carpentry. So at this point, I'm getting ready to put the cleat on to join the two pieces of the top together. So you want to make sure that you glue the one side really well, and then that'll stay there. And then the other side just floats, and that'll get screwed together once I install the top. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then I'll be putting a cleat on here in this area so I can clamp the two together. And I'll show you that as soon as I get it ready. Okay, so I'm getting ready to nail this cleat on. I'm going to staple it on. So it's glued. It's glued in place on the one side like I showed you. And then I got it clamped down so it doesn't move around. So I'm going to go ahead and staple it down, and the staples will hold until the glue dries. Just kind of holds the piece in place. Okay, still got a little bit more to go, but kind of gives you an idea. Show you this edge now. It's like right here, see that's where it's trimming that much off. Yeah, it's how it makes it flush. Yep, so it's all flush trim along there now. So it's ready for edge band. Only thing I gotta do is just kind of take a chisel and square this up so that they come to a point. It's the only thing I won't do. This is also right here. This corner here is going to get a radius, so it'll be kind of like something like that. So I can just run my edge band right around. Run my edge band right around that corner. No seam there. And it'll stop. Okay, so I got the radius on here. Belt sanded that on. So that's done. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the radius is on there. I got everything trimmed up, sanded. I also got this corner squared up. That's squared up now. We're just about ready for edge band. The edge band goes on the front. That's the laminate piece, and then the top will go on after that. But I have to put these on sawhorses and make sure they're perfectly level and straight. Then I can laminate them. Then they'll go together.